Hello beautiful and pristine souls, welcome back to my channel. I am Hee-chan and this is Poised and Pristine Tarot, where I offer intuitive tarot reading mostly in the form of pick a card reading in order to provide insight and also guidance into your most pressing question in life. So I'm back again today with another love reading. And today reading will be about how to make empowered choices in love. So if you are at a crossroad in love, or if you are wondering if you make the right decision in your relationship and in your connection, then this will be the reading for you. So I will explain the structure of the reading a bit, but if you want to jump right to the pie picking part, you can always click the timestamp below. So for today's reading, I asked the Clarity Tarot deck, which is one of my most recent tarot deck about what I should talk about, okay? And it gives me 3 cards. So the first one is the Lovers. And to support the Lover, it gave me the Emperor and the Six of Cups. So I trust that in life, whenever it comes to relationship, right, you have a lot of things to consider, and love, connection and relationships are always the aspect in life that we are most uncertain about. For example, if we know that if we study hard, we can always achieve some kind of academic achievement at school, right? And you know, if you put in a lot of effort in work, in your job, then you will someday obtain something, maybe a promotion, a high salary, a stable income. So those are the areas in life where our hard work can pay off somehow, and we can predict the outcome of our action. However, when it comes to love, right, sometimes even if you put all of your effort in it, it will result in the most heartbreaking outcome. Or sometimes when you don't do anything at all, but love naturally come your way, right? So love is a really tricky situation where you really don't know how to make the right decision. So that's why I decided to do this reading, so that it can give you some guidance into how to make the important decisions, because we got the Lovers, which is about love, but at the same time is about making a choice, a decision, okay? And how to better reflect on your previous relationship, whether it has anything to do with your current one, and how to really empower yourself and make a constructive move so that everything will turn out nicely, okay? So let's come to the pie picking part. So group number 1, you got the Six of Wands as your main card. Okay, this is from the Audience Animal Tarot deck. I will put the description to all the tarot deck I use, the link to the tarot deck I use in the description, so that if you are interested in purchasing one of them or all of them, you can always find them in the description below, okay? Group number 2, you got the Six of Cups from, I think it is the Flux Arcana Tarot deck. Just a disclaimer, in the Flux Arcana, all the cards are drawn with the image of the skeleton. So this is not a bad image, okay? Just for your information. He or she actually look happy in this card. Can you see? With the hand gesture as well. Okay, so this is your card, group number 2, the Six of Cups. And then group number 3, you got the Temperance. Okay, very beautiful Temperance from, I think, Pagan Otherworks Tarot deck. Okay, so you can always pause the video and let your intuition to guide you to the group that are calling that is calling out for you the most. Or if you are drawn to more than one group, then feel free to check out all of them, because I believe there will be a message for you in each group. Okay, so my beautiful viewer, I will see you in your reading. Hello, my beautiful group number 1. Welcome to your reading about how to make empowered choices in love. So this is my first love reading. I don't know. I think this is my first reading for 2025, and I want to offer some insights and also spiritual advices for those who are somehow at a crossroad in relationship, or is seeking guidance when it comes to their emotional and connection aspect of life. Okay, so group number 1, you have chosen the 6 of Wands. So this will be your significator card. In this reading, I will structure the reading as below. So I will ask about your current situation, that is the cause, the reason behind your decision to click onto this reading. So your current situation, whatever that is occupying your mind when it comes to relationship. So we will have a round of tarot cards over here, and then I will try to not ask too much into the details of your situation, okay, just a glimpse of it, so we can have some baseline for the whole reading. And for this side, I will have what your heart and mind is telling you to do in relationship or in love. And then over this side, we will have some cards telling us about how past relationships influence your current choices. And last but not least, we will have a row of cards over here on top of everything, in order to answer, to give us the guidance on how you can balance your love, your emotions, but at the same time your personal power, so that you can feel extremely empowered in your current relationship, or maybe your next relationship. Okay, so I hope that is clear, so let's get into it. So my group number 1, over here, we will start to pick out the card about your current situation when it comes to love and relationship. So I understand that there could be a lot of different situations for different people, because this is a collective reading, right? But I want to have some clues, some energetic clues when it comes to your current situation, the reason why you decided to click on this reading. So my group number 1, you will have the Knight of Pentacles. Oh, you are building something. You are building something. And you got 7 of Swords. Can you see everything? I guess so. Okay. 7 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. I will draw one more card for you, because I need a clarification for the dilemma, the paradoxical situation between the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Swords. Okay, can I have one more card between the 6 of Wands and the 7 of Swords? One more card. You got 6 of Cups. Oh, I think I also got the 6 of Cups when I tried to ask for the inspiration for this reading. So I got the Lovers, 6 of Cups, and also the Emperor. Okay, I will put it here. Back of the deck, you got the Hermit. Okay. So group number 1, I think we will draw everything on our table, and then we will start the reading after all of the cards have been presented. Okay, so what is your heart and your mind is telling you when it comes to love and relationship? Okay, group number one, what is your heart and your mind is telling you when it comes to love and relationship, when it comes to this decision, this situation, whatever you are having in your love life? 1, 2, and 3. Back of the deck is the 7 of Swords, the second time. I will review them. So you got the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, what is your heart and your mind telling you? The Wheel of Fortune. Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and Ace of Pentacles. And then 5 of Cups. Okay. Then finally, not finally yet. So how did the past influence your current connection, your current situation, and also the way you make choices in your current situation? Okay, so how does the past influence your choices and decision? Group number 1, you got 8 of Swords. Oh, I know some of those swords must come out. Okay, you got Ace of Pentacles, and then you got 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands for the second time. Back of the deck you have the 8 of Wands. Okay, we will leave the guidance and the advices to the last part of the reading. So I will start first with those cards over here. Okay, so what is your current situation when it comes to love and relationship and choices in love? So for a lot of you, I think, wait a minute, I need to think about this. How to make empowered choices when it comes to love, and this is your current situation. So you are yearning for how do I say, a victorious relationship. It sounds weird. A successful relationship. Yeah, I feel like you are yearning for some kind of success when it comes to relationship, and you have been working hard in order to really improve yourself, in order to build up a stable foundation for relationship. However, there is something about the past that is holding you back. So when I look at your past relationship or past experiences that affecting your the way you make decisions and choices when it comes to love and relationship, I feel like in the past you found someone, right? Or you found people, you found relationships that you thought they were almost the one for you. You think that this is the love of your life, right? However, they turn out to be not that way. You could easily been married before, because I do see the 6 of Wands appearing twice. So it could be you have been married before, or you have built a family with someone before, and now you are looking to have your second marriage, or third or fourth, whatever it is for your situation. Yeah, so it could be the decision that you are facing right now, whether you want a successful relationship, right? But whether you want to be married again, to be building the family with someone else once again, because I do see you were almost there, or maybe you have been there already in the past. However, it didn't work out the way you want it to be. I feel like in the past you are a little bit, I don't want to say immature. I think that is too harsh of a word. How do I explain this? So when we are younger, when we are less experienced, right, we think that love is the only thing that needed in order for a relationship or a marriage to work out. However, when we actually get married, the actual marriage life could be completely different from what we imagine in the first place. There are a lot of arrangements and agreements that you have to make in order for a relationship or a marriage to work out. And I do see that in the past, even though you arrived to a nearly successful relationship, or maybe you was in a seemingly successful relationship, however, you didn't really know on the situations, on the arrangement, on the aspect when it comes to real life, real marriage life with someone, and you are just inexperienced, okay? It's not really immature, but it could be inexperienced, and you didn't know how to deal with a certain situation, how to maybe to distribute the home, what do we say, the homework, not homework, what is it, the housework within, yeah, the housework within the two people, or you don't know how to arrange you guys schedule in order to have dates even after marriage or even after a long time of seeing each other. So those kind of things, right, even though they are trivials, however, they can really impact the outcome of a relationship. And I do see some lack of communication in your past as well, some past and also fear and also some holding back. You are not communicating to the other person because some kind of fear or inferior complex, or you overthinking own kind of situation, and you think it will not work out the way you want to if you say something. So all of those things has contributed to unsuccessful relationships in your past, right? And I do think that some of those pains and lessons are still be carried into your current situation. You really want to have another successful relationship, you really want to get married, if marriage is something you are looking for, because I do see a Six of Wands over here, and it is a very strong indicator of marriage. I do know some people who continuously say that they don't want marriage, they don't want commitment. However, because I do study a bit of psychology, right, sometimes freedom is not what we are looking for. People, humans, are also animals, right? And it is our instinct to look for somewhere we belong to. So maybe you don't want to get married in the form of registration with the authority. However, you still want a certain aspect of marriage, for example, the commitment, living together, moving in together, supporting each other emotionally, intellectually, and also financially, and raising children together. So those are all parts of marriage. Maybe you don't want the formal registration, but you still want part of that marriage arrangement for yourself. So yeah, I do think for most people, marriage, or what marriage stands for, is still something they yearn for in their life. And over here, I really think that you, deep down inside, you yearn for a successful relationship that can end up in some kind of commitment and marriage arrangement for yourself as well. However, you are still reminiscing about the past. You are still, I don't think you are completely healed from the pain that you get from the past relationship. you have a bit of trust issue, because the Seven of Swords over here, even though you work really hard in order to build the foundation for your love and your relationship, however, deep down inside you have a really big trust issue. You keep questioning whether the other person is lying to you, is having ulterior motive, is planning something behind your back, is trying to cheating on you. I do feel that fear, that trust issue highlighted in your current situation. And I don't think, if you are currently having a partner, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a spouse, I don't think that person actually did something that is fault, that is wrong to you. I think they haven't done anything wrong yet. However, this is the pain that you are carrying from your past into your current situation. That's why you are watching this video, I guess, because you are uncertain about your current situation. You think those bad experiences from the past could happen again, despite your effort in making a different situation into building a stronger foundation. So you are carrying some baggage that I do think you need to release in order to have successful relationship in the future. But we will not jump into that part yet. I will try to read about what your heart and your mind is telling you for your current relationship. This is your heart and your mind telling you, okay? So you got the Wheel of Fortune as your first card, and then you got the Ace of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So this is a very powerful message that your heart and your mind are trying to convey to you. So life is not a straight line. It is not a straight line that keep going up or going down all the time. Life, if I had to compare to something, it's more like a circle or maybe a spiral. A spiral that keep going up and up, one after another circle. And I think they are trying to tell you that pain is inevitable. Pain is something of a default nature. You will have to experience pain someday in order to experience happiness and joy on another day, right? So the Wheel of Fortune is talking about cycle, is talking about how today the lion could be up here, however tomorrow it could fall down anytime, and then the bear could replace its position. So everything comes and go, right? The important thing is what you have experienced, what you have learned, what you have gathered out of a situation. So the past has happened and you can do nothing about it. However, it can always happen again, but it will never be the reason why you shouldn't start something new. The Ace of Pentacles are all about starting new project in order to gain new perspective, new experience. It is something that basically you have done before, but now you do it again with more experience. It is different from the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, because it emphasizes the experiences aspect of the tarot. Okay, so don't be afraid of starting once again. Don't be afraid of getting hurt, getting disappointed, being caught up in pain and suffering, because eventually that pain will go away, will fade away, and then one day you will feel the happiness, the joy once again, as long as you get up and you start it all over. So you have a very strong yearning when it comes to love and relationship, as depicted in the Six of Wands. And I truly believe that you have tasted the feeling of love in your past already, and you want to have it once again. And you can have it once again as long as you understand that pain comes and go. No matter how hard you try to control it, if it has to come, then it will come. But what you can do is trying to get up, trying to recover from it one after another, times and times again. And as long as you can recover and get up and prepare yourself with more knowledge and experience, then the next best thing will eventually come for you. So yeah, I do think your heart and your mind is still very how do I say, pessimistic about love. They still have a lot of belief and a lot of faith when it comes to love. And I think the cards over here encouraged you to, you know, let go of any trust issues or any baggage that you still have from the past, and embracing the fact that love will come with pains. However, it will also come with happiness, and as long as you dare to try and embrace it, then you can find the love that you are looking for once again. So you really need to move out of the victim mindset. Okay, so whenever we have a failed relationship, we usually think like, why is it me? Why is it happening to me? And why is everyone else finding the love of their life and being happily ever after, but I cannot be? That is a victim mindset. Okay, the cards over here, your heart and your mind is trying to tell you to change the perspective, to not think that the bad thing happened to you is happening because it is you. It happens because it needs to happen. You didn't contribute anything to it. So don't be passive, be active. Embrace it once again, experience it once again. And if you keep trying, then one day you will reach this successful state that you are looking for. Yeah, so you need to let go of that victim mindset. Your relationship failed because it needs to fail, because it's fated for it to fail, so that you can learn something, so that you can find the next best thing in your life, the next best person in your life. It has nothing to do with victimizing you. Okay, so yeah, I think if you can change that mindset, then you will see relationship in a total different light, and it would be extremely productive and helpful for your journey in order to find this love. Or if you have already found this love, then to really nurture and make this love become something everlasting. Okay, so for the final question, I want to, even though we already talked about the guidance over here, but I still want to pick 3 cards in order to see what else can the cards tell you. What guidance can you have in order to balance your love, your emotions, and also your personal power? How to stay in power when it comes to a relationship and not feeling like you are a victim. Okay, so I will use Clarity Tarot deck for this question. So group number 1, how to balance your love, your emotion, and at the same time being in power when it comes to love and relationship. Okay, group number 1, how can you balance love, emotions, and also your personal power? So you got the 10 of Cups. Okay, you got 9 of Wands. Ooh, you got to be a fighter. You got to be a fighter. Group number 1, I don't know how you used to behave, used to act in a relationship, but I think the cards are telling you to become a fighter. I think Keanu Reeves, right? He used to have a saying in an interview, during an interview, about you, it's not quote unquote, okay, but you have to fight for love, because if not, then what love? Is it worth fighting for? Something like that. Yeah, you have to search that quote from him, Keanu Reeves. Yeah, so your last card, group number 1, guidance of water, a guide of water. I think this is the King of Cups. Guide of water is the King of Cups. 10 of Cups, 9 of Wands, and King of Cups. Just by this card alone, I can tell you that the guidance for you is that you need to keep pouring in your feeling and emotions. Don't hold back, okay? The Knight of Wands also talk about, you know, fighting and defending yourself. So I think that keep pouring in more love to this world. Keep pouring out more emotion. Don't hold back. Don't let fear prevent you from, you know, acting out on your feeling and emotions. Take the active role in relationship. If you really love something, then pour your heart into it, fight for it, defend it, you know, try to make it work out. Don't hold back anything, and just follow your heart, and then your heart will bring you to a better place. The Guide of Waters is about, you know, mastery of your own feelings and emotions, and also of the feeling and emotions of other people. So when you can master this aspect of you, when you can really embrace your feeling without letting fears clouding up your mind, then you can finally reach the success state of love that you are seeking for all this time. So group number 1, I do feel a lot of fear and some of the baggage, the trust issues when it comes to love for you. However, you are encouraged to really be courageous, yeah, be brave, embrace the love that you will have or you are having, right? Pour your heart into it. Don't hold back. Don't let fear stop you from really you know, showering your love to the other person. Just don't let all those kind of baggage and fear to get into your way of expressing your love to the world. Because if you are brave, the brave people in the world are the one who can love without fear, okay? So if you are brave enough to showcase your love to the world, then eventually the world will, you know, compensate you with the same amount of love that you have putting into it. So my group number 1, this is a very beautiful reading for you, and I hope that you found some clarity and also guidance, or maybe just inspirations in order to embrace the power for making the decision in your love life. So group number 1, I hope that you like the reading, and if you do, please like and subscribe to my channel. If you have anything to share, whether the reading resonates with your situation, then feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. I would love to read and I will try to answer all of them. So yeah, this is all I have for you today. So I will see you in my next reading. Bye bye. Hello my beautiful and pristine group number 2. Welcome to your readings about how to make empowered choices in love. So I think this is my first love reading in 2025. That's why I want to offer some reading that can help you to guide you when it comes to making choices in love, especially for those who are currently at a crossroad, who are making, you know, difficult decisions when it comes to your relationship. So for this reading, I will structure it like this. So in the center of the reading, together with your significator card, I will draw 2 more cards to see your current situations, or, you know, any kind of problem or background that leading you to watch this video. And to this side, I will try not to look too much into the details of your situation, because I know everyone's situations can be different from others, and today it is a collective reading, right? So if we go too much into the detail, we may, you know, lost the resonance between all our viewers. Okay, so for at this side of the reading, I will draw some cards to see what your heart and your mind is telling you when it comes to love and relationship. And over here on this side of the table, we will draw 3 more cards in order to ask about whether the past relationship or any past experience influence your current choices. And last but not least, we will draw 3 more cards on top of everything over here to see what is the tarot guidance for you to balance love, emotions, as well as your personal power. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. And yeah, group number 2, we can start your reading now. So your significator card is the 6 of Cups. Usually I don't want to say anything before I have all my cards on the table. However, for your reading group number 2, because of your significator card over here, and I got some time to meditate on it before I start recording. So I have a strong feeling that somehow there are past connections or past relationship or past experience that are resurfaced into your life. Or it could be the situation where you are revisiting some old places, for example, your hometown, your high school, your university, some kind of reunion with the past, and that would lead you to the situation where you need this advice about love. It could easily be that you are wondering whether you should reconnect with someone from the past, for example, your exes, or exes in many things like ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife as well. So yeah, I feel that energy is extremely strong in this reading, so I have to let you know before we start. And however, this 6 of Cups, right, he looks extremely happy with a very cheerful hand gesture over here. So I don't think this past connection is something that too painful, that maybe it end but not end in a terrible way, because I do see your cheerful attitude towards it. So yeah, maybe it didn't end well because of external influences. It's not about the feeling of between the two of you, something like that. Maybe you move somewhere for work and you guys and the other person cannot arrange for to work in the same state, same city as you, so you guys kind of like decided to break up. Yeah, those kind of situation, it's not about change of heart. I feel more like if it didn't work out, if the past relationship or connection didn't work out, then it's most likely because of external influences. Okay, now that's just my initial thought, right? For some of you it may be the case, for some others we'll wait until we get more cards. Oops, 2 cards falling out, so I will take them. So you got the 9 of Cups, and the Emperor. Okay, so that is your current situation, your current connection. The background of why you are watching this reading in the back of your deck is the High Priestess. Okay, we will move on to draw some cards about what is your heart and your mind trying to tell you. What are your heart and mind trying to tell you? Group number 2, you got 3 of Swords. You got 9 of Pentacles. You got Seven of Wands. What is your heart and your mind telling you? Back of the deck is Temperance. Okay. And then over here we will have, what do we have? Whether any past experience, past connection, that past trauma is affecting your choices. Okay. You got Queen of Wands. You got Six of Cups. Oh, another Six of Cups. Finally, you got the Four of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Eight of Cups. Let me meditate on your reading for a while. Group number 2. So these cards, right, the one in the middle, really strengthen my belief that somehow you got back to your access, your own connection, or you are going to go back to them, or you already went back to them, right? So the past influence feel extremely strong in your current situation. And I do think with this reunion, with the past connection, right, currently you are feeling extremely happy. I feel like this past connection is a connection that you wanted to get back to for a long time, that you wish to reunion with this person. And now you got a chance, an opportunity to actually get back to them. And you are really happy about it. You are joyful. I feel like this person, right, when they come back to you this time in the in the current timeline, they have matured from the last time that you saw them. So here we have the Emperor, and I do see some kind of foundation that has been established in order for this connection to work out in the present time. So maybe they have managed to, close the distance between you two. Maybe they have managed to stable their job, their income, their financial situation, pay off some of their student loan or car mortgage or house mortgage, something like that. So they feel a lot mature than the last time you saw them, and that's why you are extremely happy to get back into this connection, because the external factor that used to separate you two now is no longer here. You, like I said in the beginning of the reading, right, the Six of Cups is extremely happy to be back to this place. So back then it was not because of your change of heart or their change of heart that caused the separation. It was mostly because of external factors, and now those external factors seem to get to be solved already, and the other person come back to the picture with more maturity and stableness and stability. Yeah, so I do think this is the current situation. However, you are really happy, right? But people have a saying like, when you are too good to be true, yeah, something is too good to be true. So you are extremely happy with the current situation, but you are wondering in yourself, like, is it too good to be true? Am I gonna be heartbreaking once again, just like the last time with this connection? I do see like you don't look for romance and adventurous love anymore. You want the kind of love that is more mature, that is more stable, that is calm, that is soothing for your soul. Especially the stability part, you want something to be a constant existence in your life rather than just sweeping you out of your feet and then throw you off once again. So what is the thing that your heart and your mind is telling you is that this is what you want. You want some stability. You are no longer seeking for adventure when it comes to love. So with and for in order to obtain this stability, you will fight for it. You will fight anything in order to obtain that kind of love. But at the same time, you are afraid that the past will repeat itself. You are worried that you will get hurt once again, just like it happened back in the past. So now, because the past is so present in your current situation, then let's look back at what happened in the past, right? Which experience has caused you to be this cautious? And so what do we have over here? The Queen of Wands, Four of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I feel like you and your person over here, I have a feeling like you guys knew each other from a very young age. You could be from the same neighborhood, the same city. You could go to the same school, or it could be there must be some place or situation happen during your younger time. If you are in your 50s, right, your younger time could be anywhere from your newborn age to maybe your 30. But if you are in your 30, then this Six of Cups will be about the time when you are, from newborn to high school or university, something like that. You guys are too young. I feel like the maturity wasn't enough at that time. You guys were still, under a lot of influences from your family or from your immediate connections. Your father, your mother, your sister, siblings, brother, something like that, right? You are under those influences, and that's why I do see when you are under other people's influences, it is hard to make the correct decision for yourself. However, it is totally understandable because you were young, right? You didn't know better, so you follow the guidance of the people who seemed to be much more experienced than you. That is an extremely understandable situation. So, and in the past, right, you were worshipped, you were given the whole world, you feel like you are the center of attention and everyone has to cater to you somehow. Or it could be the other person, but I feel like this is you. This is the feminine party in this reading. So I feel like everything is offered to you on a silver plate, people cater to you, or this person cater to you, and you are stubborn, you're holding so tight on this concept of people having to serve you in some way. I don't want to say this, but I feel like you wasn't a very compromising person back in the past. When it comes, we got a term in psychology. I think it is the Big Five personality test. It is the scale of agreeableness. So agreeableness is the ability of one person that can compromise and meet other people halfway So I do think you are pretty low when it comes to agreeableness. In the past, you were pretty low on agreeableness. That's why you didn't really compromise anything. It kind of portrait a power struggle situation over here in the past. Yeah. So, yeah. So that could affect a lot. If you are still this stubborn, just like you were in the past, then I think I understand why you are so afraid that the past can repeat itself, because the other person, even though they have matured, however, you will never be so sure whether they can really compromise all the way for you, just like the way you want, or do you need to compromise to their needs and wants as well? I don't know whether you are ready to let go some of your needs and wants, and your way of thinking, your way of doing things in order to meet the other person halfway. I don't know your current state of mind, but if you are still this Queen of Wands at the present time, then I understand why you are afraid, because you didn't change, and the other person, even though they change a bit, however, there's no guarantee that they can meet you at your place this time around, right? It could be like, they could try to meet you halfway, but you didn't budge an inch. Then the same situation where one party is so disappointed that they left, the situation can happen once again, and then it will cause the Three of Swords back in the past. Now we see the Three of Swords in the future where you are envisioning. So yeah, I think your worry is completely valid. I think you also, your heart and mind also want to calm down a bit, when you are too joyful, when you feel like, my dream person came back, let's make a family now. You could easily be caught up in overwhelming feeling that your rational mind didn't really work out the whole situation yet. So maybe your heart and mind want you to, let the situation cool down a bit, let your feeling and emotions cool down for a while, so that you can gain some kind of balance and clarity before you can really make a decision on this situation. So yeah. So our last question, group number 2, our last question will be about what is the tarot guidance for you in order to balance your love and emotion over here, as well as your personal power, your desire to control the outcome, so that the history will not repeat itself and everything will turn out nicely this time for you and your person. Okay, so group number 2, what is the tarot guidance for you to embrace both your feeling, your emotion, and your personal power? You got 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands. You got the Empress. And finally, you got the World. Oh, 2 major arcana. Let me meditate on your card for a while. Group number 2, I think the tarot cards over here, the spirit, whatever the universal energies are talking to us right now, is trying to tell you that you need some more challenges in your current relationship or connection. You really need to give it some time so that it can unfold itself. Maybe you need to, you even need to cause some situation where the possible conflict can lies in. For example, if you know that finance is the aspect that you and this person didn't get along back then you need to bring out that aspect in your current time. So you need to bring out the money aspect, the finance aspect with the person now. So you can really see how they mature on it, how they grow on it, or whether they still remain the same idea on how to manage finance. And if that could become a conflict in the future, then it's better that you bring it up now so that you guys can really work on it. And if you cannot work on it, then you know what happened, right? Yeah. Also the Empress, and the World, you got the two major arcana. So I think the guidance for you is that the Empress is an extremely nurturing energy. Okay, so she give her love and her nurturing energy to the world without asking for any reciprocate. However, because her love is so genuine, because she is so empathetic, she is so loving to other people, they naturally are drawn to her, and they will eventually come back to her and give her the thing that the Empress deserves. So I do think in this situation, if you are happy that you can get back to this person, then at the time being you should enjoy the feeling first. You should enjoy the feeling, and whatever kind of love you want to give to this person, you better give to this person. Don't be held back by the Three of Swords from the past. Okay, just keep giving. However, you have to understand that you give them this love because you want to give them, not because you want something back from them. And then you should let the energy of the universe work out the situation for yourself. So yeah, if you guys have an area of conflict in the past, then try to bring it up in the present sense and see how both of you tackle the situation. However, you still need to showcase your love for them, because I do think you have a lot of feeling for this person. You are so happy to be with them once again, so don't hold back on your feeling. People usually think that when they show their true self, all of their love to the other party, they may become weak, they may become the underdog in the relationship. However, I don't think it will be the case. It will never be the case. Only the strong in this world will be brave enough to show their love and their their weakness, their vulnerability, I think so, their vulnerable side to the other person. It is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. Okay, so yeah, embrace your love, embrace your feeling, show it, but at the same time bring out on the possible area of conflict and see how it will be resolved this time between you and the person, and let the universe work out, lead you through this cycle. It could end well, it could end not well. However, the important thing is you actively understand what can become of your situation, what can become of your love, what you can do to the other person, whether you have tried your best, whether you have test out on the scenario and situation, and if you have put all of your effort into it but it didn't work out, then it's fine, right? Even at a time you may feel hurt, you may feel painful, the Three of Swords will re-emerge once again, but you will not feel powerless. You will actually feel really empowered, because you are like, yeah, I gave it my own, right? I have nothing to regret. So even though the situation come to this reasons. I will not blame anything, not even myself, not even the other person, not even the universe, and I'm happy to receive this answer from the universe, and I can move on into my next cycle. Yeah. So group number 2, I think this is an extremely empowered message for you, and I hope you can make the correct, and even if not correct, right, the most empowered decision and choices when it comes to your love and relationship and general connection in your life. Okay, so group number 2, I hope that you like the reading. I hope that you like the messages that I'm trying to convey. If you like it, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything to share about your situation, whether the reading resonates with you, please leave out a comment below, and I would love to read them, and I would try to reply to every single one of them. So my group number 2, that's all I have for you. I wish you all the best and all the most beautiful outcome for your connection and relationship. So yeah, that's all for today, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye bye. Hello my beautiful and pristine group number 3, welcome to your reading about how to make empowered choice in love. So for today's reading, I think it would be my first love reading in 2025. That's why I let the Clarity Tarot deck to choose the topic for me, and I think because this is the first love reading, right, I want to provide more insight into your general guidance and advices, and the way you can move within your love and connections and relationship all together. So group number 3, you have chosen the Temperance at your significator card. Okay, for the structure of this reading, right, I will use the Pagan Other Words Tarot deck to draw 2 more cards over here in order to see your current situation when it comes to love, connections, the reason why you choose to click on this reading. Is there any problem that is on your mind regarding your relationship? And then over this side we will have 3 more cards to see what your heart and mind is telling you regarding your current situation or the choices that you are going to make in your relationship. And over this side we will have 3 more cards to see how past relationships or past experiences influence your current choices. And last but not least, I will use the Clarity Tarot deck, which is the one that decided today's topic to give you some guidance on how to balance your love, your emotions, as well as your personal power, so that when it comes to relationship, you will no longer feel passive, right? You feel like you are active, like you I don't think love is something, and relationship is something we can control the outcome of it, but I think we can control our attitude, our outlook, our energy when it comes to it. And I do think attitude and outlook is the thing that will really empower us when it comes to love and relationship. So yeah, that is the structure of the reading, and I hope it's clear for you guys. So group number 3, let's get started with your reading. So with your significator card, I would just say a little bit about it. Temperance. It would be too quick of an assumption, but I feel like for many of you, you might not be in any relationship for the time being. I feel like you are in a very relaxed state where you let everything unfold for yourself. You let the universe guide you through your love and relationship, and you are not actively doing anything when it comes to love. So that's it for the majority of my viewer for group number 3. However, for others, if you are already in a relationship or you are going to engage in a relationship, I feel like you are at a state where there is not so much changes that need and activities they are not going on within your relationship. you know, relationship is like doing business, right? You will have the expansion phase, where the start out phase, where everything is so active and energetic and everything moves very fast. But then you will come to a more stable state where, you know, everyone should enjoy each other company and you know, let things goes by. So and of course there will be next stage where everything either go down or move up to the new cycle. But then yeah, I do think you are in a very calm and stable stage when it comes to relationship, whether you are in one or not in one. Okay, so what is your current situation? What is your current situation when it comes to love and relationship? Whether you are at a crossroad, why do you choose to watch this reading? Group number 3. So you got the 10 of Cups. Oh, okay. That is the 10 of Pentacles. I'm so sorry. Why do I say the 10 of Cups? It is obviously the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. And next you got Judgment. Wow. Okay, group number 3. I think I will have to take back some of the things that I no, I don't think I need to take back anything. Yeah, back of the deck you have 8 of Swords. 8 of Swords as back of the deck. Okay, next we will see what is your heart and mind trying to tell you when it comes to your love and relationship situation, or when it comes to your choices, the choices you have to make or you are going to make. Okay, what is your heart and mind trying to tell you? You got the High Priestess. Oh, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Okay, you got 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands. And finally you got 2 of Swords. Okay, back of the deck you got the Fool. What is your heart and mind trying to tell you? Take a leap of faith. Oh, okay. And then we will get here, what is it? How your past relationship or past experiences affect your choices in love, in the present, okay? And in the future as well. How your past relationship affected. 9 of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. And finally you got Hierophant. Okay. Back of the deck is the 7 of Cups, 6 of Cups and 7 of Cups. Group number 3, the fact that, where do I start with your reading? The fact that I see a lot of choices and, you know, different paths when it comes to your reading. So over here we have, oh, this is the 3 of Swords, not the 2 of Swords. We have Judgment, and then 8 of Swords, and then the Fool, then 7 of Cups. I feel like you are someone who has choices when it comes to relationship. You know, there are a lot of people who they don't really have choices. I'm sorry to say that, but a lot of people in this world, right, they don't have choices when it comes to relationship. They are the one being chosen by other people rather than them making the choices. But however, I do see my group number 3, you are someone who got to make choice. So there could be a lot of some or multiple people you know, courting you. Yes, multiple people courting, and you know, you have admirers and you can choose between them. So when it comes to your current situation for love and relationship, right? I still think that for many of you, you are currently in a stage where there are not so many changes, not so many activity happening within your love life, because I see an extremely stable environment for you over here, not just for yourself but for your family. So either you are not in a relationship but you are having an extremely supportive and healthy and stable home, which is, you know, the family you were born in, with your mom and your dad. So either you are extremely happy within that family, or you are having your own family with your spouse, your husband, your wife, your partner, that is extremely stable and there's not so much changes happening, or any problem or obstacle or difficulties that you are facing. There are not so much of those things. I feel an extremely calm and peaceful energy from your current love life situation. However, the judgment appear over here, which caused me some confusion, because at time where everything is going well and going smoothly, right, you really don't need to make any big decision that requires the judgment. The judgment is a major arcana, so whenever it appeared in a readings, I understand that there would be some life-changing situation happening that you need to make a really big decision. However, I don't see the situation, such situation over here. I don't see why you have to make such a big judgment. It could be that if you are in a relationship, you are wondering whether you want to make the next step, you want to marry the person, your partner, your current girlfriend or boyfriend. Or if you are in a very supportive and welcoming and healthy family with your mom and your dad, then you are wondering whether you should, you know, step out of your comfort zone and seek to build a relationship outside of your birth family, which means, you know, sometimes where there's no change at all, right? When your life is so stable, you will think about doing something in order to make some changes. So yeah, because it is a collective reading, right? There are a lot of different scenarios for different individuals. Yeah, so I hope that each of you can find your situation within those three cards. But still, I think currently your life is very stable and peaceful when it comes to love and relationship, right? Yeah. So what is it that your heart and your mind are trying to tell you? Regarding choices, this the judgment. What is your heart and your mind trying to tell you when it comes to your choices in love? High Priestess, Three of Swords, Ten of Wands. Oh, I think I understand. So, you know, when something is going so well in our life, right? We are afraid of changes because there are so much to lose. We are at a big stake, right? If you are at a very low point in life, right, you are more willing to change because it cannot get any worse, right? It can just get, it can be the same or get better. So you don't have much to lose. However, when something is so stable and beautiful and peaceful over here, then you are afraid to make the change because, you know, you fear you can lose this peace forever if you make the wrong judgment. So yeah, so when something is going well, you will have more fear, you will be less courageous, less brave. But your heart and your mind is trying to tell you something. So listen, there is a price for everything, right? Pain or suffering or effort will eventually pay off in some way or another. So if you are afraid of the pain and the suffering, then you can never learn something. You can never grow, because every single growth will require some kind of sacrifice. You will have to step out of your comfort zone. You will have to, overcome your fear and embrace the experience in order to learn something or to grow. So, and you will never know, right? In your mind, you think that making the wrong decision, whether it's right or it's wrong, could lead to some of the pain. However, the high priestess is telling you that trust your intuition, right? You yearn for something, and even if pain will occur on the way, finally you will be able to achieve what your heart desire. So, and you will never know. Maybe you will never experience those kind of pain that you imagine in your head, right? Maybe it's just you overthinking the situation. Maybe everything will come out just fine. So there is so much mystery when it comes to love and relationship, but don't let the fear holding you back. Trust your intuition, and if your intuition is telling you like you need to change, you need to make some change, because the current situation, even though it is stable, it is peaceful, but it does not provide any room for growth, then make the change. Then follow your intuition, and it will teach you something valuable. Either you will gain the love, or you will gain a lesson. Either way, you don't lose anything, right? You will benefit from all the experience and decision that you make. So, and back of the deck is the Fool. The Fool is about embracing life as it is. Take the risk, take the leap of faith, right? Don't be afraid, because somehow the universe will have your back. So your heart and your mind is telling you, just like I mentioned the business cycle before, right? We have the initial state where the business start and everything is so messy, there are a lot of changes, things like that. And then we got to the more stable stage, which is your current situation. But then when it becomes too stagnant, change will happen and the business cycle will come to the next stage. So you are coming to that stage as well, where it too much stability is leading to stagnation, and you need some kind of changes in order to keep things moving upward. Okay, so yeah, your heart and your mind is trying to tell you that take that leap of faith, follow your intuition. Pain or suffering is nothing compared to the lesson or the final outcome that you may gain from this situation. Okay, so next we will see how the past relationship and experiences affect your choices in the current time. Okay, so Queen of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, and Hierophant. I feel like you have a similar past experience and relationship with group number 2. So if you want to check out group number 2, then I would highly recommend you see their section about the past experience of them as well. Maybe you can learn something from it. So when I look at your past, right, I feel like you used to be worshipped in one way or another, or maybe you were born in a family where your parents, especially your father, your dad, really value you, really treat you like a princess. I feel like you were used to being getting the princess treatment, right? If you want something, then it will get served to you on a silver plate. I do feel like you are extremely happy in the past, and yeah, that happiness, that fulfillment, that princess treatment really lead to the current state of you when it comes to relationship. When someone are accustomed to a certain type of treatment, then they will never accept less. It is not a bad thing. Okay, I do think we should have standards when it comes to love and relationship and connection. If you have been treated right in the past, then you have the same requirements for the next person. So yeah, I think group number 3, you are someone who have extremely particular and high standards when it comes to relationship. If someone doesn't treat you right, then you will skip them all over. Like, yeah, you don't take bullshit from anyone at all. Either they treat you right, or you will move on to the next best thing. So it has some benefits, right? We cannot deny it, but it has some downside as well. When you are too stubborn when it comes to your standard, right? Sometimes you don't see that other people, some men or your next partner didn't know that there are such treatments for when it comes to relationship. They didn't know, right? It's not like they don't want to do it. It's because they didn't know there are such standards exist in this world. So you need some time, some patience in order to really guide them, in order to inform them, teach them, train them to treat you the way that you want to be treated. However, if you are too impatient, right, he or she treats you in a certain way that you don't really like, and you cut them off immediately, then it could be your loss, to be honest, because some people, they just don't know how to do. But when you actually teach them and communicate with them, they can improve really quickly. Okay, so yeah, be aware of this tendencies of you. Okay, it is good to maintain high standards for your love and relationship. However, do not be impatient, do not make quick judgment when it comes to people. If they cannot meet your standards, then try to see why and whether they can improve on it before jumping to the next connection. So that is how I see your past could affect your current situation and the way you are making choices in love. Also, one more thing about your past, I feel like you have a lot of expectations when it comes to people, and at the same time, like how I told you at the beginning of this reading, right, you may have a lot of choices when it comes to relationship. You have multiple pursuer, that's why you are kind of confused. You saw too much option, and it confused you whether which one is the thing that is most important to you. The more, maybe not always be the merrier. Okay, so sometimes when you have too many choices, it could counter effect you. It could be counterproductive for you. So yeah, you should clear out your vision. In the past, there could be a lot of illusion and different expectation when you have within a relationship, and if that theme continue on to the current time, then it could easily affect the way you making choice in your love life and relationship life. Yeah, it could be that paradoxical situation. You have too much choices that you cannot make the right one. Group number 3, who are you? Can I, have some of your attractive aura so that I can improve my love life as well? I want to be the one who are making choices as well, not being the one who are chosen. Okay. So group number 3, our last question for your reading today, we will use the Clarity Tarot deck, which is the one that decided today's topic, to see what is the tarot guidance for you when it comes to how to balance your emotion, your feeling, as well as your personal power. Before we start this question, right, I feel like group number 3, you are someone who is already extremely empowered. You are extremely powerful when it comes to the way you control your life and your relationship and your connection and your love outcome altogether. I do feel like you are someone who are already extremely empowered. So but sometimes too much power when it comes to love will create an unbalance as well, right? We want to be powerful, but we don't want to be overly powerful. We want to maintain some kind of control, but not a control freak. Okay, so yeah, how to balance your feeling, your emotions, your love, and your personal power, to not let something overwhelm the other thing. Too much ego is not good for love, you know, right? Okay, so my group number 3, how to balance your love, your emotion, and also your personal power. So you got alchemist of air. Air is source. Alchemist. I think this is the knight of air. I will check it later, but I think I remember it correctly. It is the knight of air. You got 8 of swords. 8 of swords, 2 swords. And then you got 2 of wands. Okay, how to balance? We asked the question about how to balance, and we got the card, one card that look extremely balanced over here. It is a crossroad, a choices, a decision. Wait a minute, I want to check the alchemist of air before we continue, because I don't want to make any mistake when it comes to, you know, the most important message of the reading. Okay, give me 1 second. No, I mean 2 seconds, 3 seconds, a lot of seconds. Please be patient with me. Yeah, it's 89. You know, group number 3, you know what? Both of your cards over here depict some kind of falling. Do you see? The feather is falling into this spiral, this pit, right? And this person are also falling down in the sky, right? The background is the moon at the night sky. And whenever it comes to swords and the image of falling, I do feel like you should let go of some concept, some ideas that have been buried deep into your mind. Okay, so we are talking about love here. What is love, right? Love is about letting go of yourself, your ego, and immerse yourself in the energy of the universe. It's not about taking things, it's about giving things. Of course, after giving, there should be equal reciprocate, right? In order for a love connection to work out. However, when we see 2 falling images over here, the 8 of swords. No, we start with the alchemist of air, which is the knight of swords. In this tarot deck, it depicts the picture of, you know, it's a journey for the figure over here in the card. So the journey starts with the page of air, the page of swords. So he saw something flying in the sky, and he tried to mimic the flying. He tried to make his own wings so that he can fly into the sky as well. And to the queen of air, queen of swords, and king of air, king of swords, the figure gradually learn how to fly, how to see the bigger picture of everything, how to see the world from the upper perspective. However, after the king of air, king of night, right, after he can fly to the highest point in the sky, just like how, I don't know, that trick got something, he flew too close to the sun that his wings started to melt, and then he fell down, right? So the alchemist of air also depict the same situation, where you have reached the highest point from above, but now you have experienced that perspective, but now it is the time for you to descend down to the earth once again. So and the Eight of Swords also talk about, in this particular tarot deck, also talk about how everything will fall into one place, how all the thought in this world, right, whether however different they might be from each other, at one point they will come down to the same root. So I do think that the tarot guidance over here for you is that you have experienced the upper perspective of life, right, from the sky to the earth. Now it should be the time where you try the other perspective, from the earth and up to the sky. You should, I'm not telling you to lower your standard. The cards over here only say that, how do I say, standards exist for a reason. However, it shouldn't govern over love. Okay, when I truly believe that when you really meet your the one, your twin flame, the love of your life, then standards really doesn't matter that much anymore, because when you are still emphasizing on standard, there are this energy of trying so hard to control, but trying hard and controlling is not love. The other person should be able to meet your standard without you even realizing it, even mentioning it, even discussing and emphasizing on your standard to them. They will naturally meet you along the way. So yeah, I do feel like sometimes when you hold on too tight on something, it will slip right through your hands. I think that is from some kind of old song in the 2000s something. Sometimes you hold on to something so tight, it slips right through. Which song is it? I forget. I forgot which song is it. If you remember, please let me know. But yeah, I think sometimes you need to let go of some of the control. For other groups that I have read for them, they are the one who have to bring more power into their love and relationship aspect of life. However, for you, group number 3, I feel like you already have a lot of control over all kind of situation already. Now it's time to let go some of the control, let everything flow. Love, right, it is soft, it is overflowing, it is freedom in a different way. It's not too hard, too strict, too controlling. So yeah, for you, group number 3, it is a guidance for you to let go of some of your control, let go of some of the concept of a perfect love. Don't box them into a strict standard. Sometimes be more flexible, be more empathetic, embrace the quarter elements in you. So quarter in tarot represents feeling, emotions, intuitions. You have a lot of swords over here, but very you lack water in your reading. So I do feel like sometimes you need to, tell your brain to shut up and let your heart take control for a minute in order for everything to work out nicely. And I know it would be hard to balance between your heart and your mind. Your mind will have standard, will tell you to require ABC from the other person, while your heart is more forgiving and empathetic. So I know it's hard to really balance those two, but try to practice it. Try to, be more merciful to your heart. Don't punish your heart for feeling something that is not up to your mind standards. Be more forgiving for it. So and you can feel a more fulfilling love, and you can make better choices when it comes to love as well. So my group number 3, that is all I have for you. I really enjoy your reading and the message that it is presenting over here. I think you are an extremely powerful person, and I know you got every standards for your love life right up already, but sometimes be more merciful, be more forgiving, be more understandable, and maybe it could lead to something extremely successful for you. So my group number 3, if you like the reading, please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you have anything to share about your situation, what kind of decision you are facing in your life, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I would love to read them, and I will try to reply to all of them. Okay, my group number 3, I wish all the best for you, and I believe that you will always have the power in order to make the most empowered decision when it comes to your love. So this is your reading, and I wish all the best for you, and I will see you in my next reading. Bye bye.